What is going on? I am Jack, and this is Log Cabin Firewood. Today, I am going to get this pile done with this pile of rounds that I have split. I have been procrastinating enough, and it's just time that I am done with this bin, and I'm ready to start the next one. Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy whatever day it is, and happy holidays to whatever you may celebrate. I have a pile of wood that has just been growing and growing and growing, and I have been procrastinating on getting this thing completely full. And I have been off work now for 8 days, and I thought I was going to come over and make all kinds of videos. Man, I've been so busy with everything else, with the family and friends and making shorts. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been making shorts every day. Shorts are a lot more fun, and sometimes it's a little bit more work. I don't know, but shorts are more fun to me. But if you're new here, this is Log Cabin Firewood. I split wood with my Easton made equipment, and I run an outdoor wood boiler. It's really an outdoor wood stove. There is no water that's boiled in it at all. It doesn't make steam. And we show the ins and the outs of my little firewood operation. I primarily make bundles, and bundle wood is, split smaller. I prefer smaller splits. I mean, this is, you can see here, this is a smaller split, but I'll still burn this in my wood stove, my outdoor wood boiler. This whole pile here will probably get eaten up by the campers at the campground. There's a little over 5 cord here. That's not a lot of wood. My goal was to have 40 cord split and ready for next year. I might have 15 or 20. Takes a lot of wood to make a full cord, guys. And like I said, doing the math, this whole bin is only about 5 cord. So remember that when you buy wood, if people are telling you that they're giving you a full cord and it doesn't look like it, do some math. See what their trailer is, see what their truck is, length times width times depth, divided by 180 if it's loose, or divided by 128 if it's stacked. I don't know. Enough rambling. I'm gonna go get the tractor down here. I actually got to pull the axis and the conveyor forward a touch. That way I can kind of fill in this corner. And it's probably getting pretty full. I can probably cram what I've got cut up in here. It's been so wet here lately, guys. The mud is just unreal. I'm sick of the mud. And I'm sick of these warmer temps. I wish it would just get cold. Before I get everything moved, and I've still got the bucket hooked up, I went through and grabbed a couple pieces of this stuff. This stuff's been split for a while. The neighbor just got my old wood stove hooked up in his garage. Well, he's still in the process of putting the chimney through, but he wants to get that thing fired up today, so I said, let me go down here and split some kindling. So let's make in some kindling. We'll run up there and we'll look at what he's doing with my old US stove hot blast. It's not a wood heater, it's a wood eater. That thing just eats wood, but it's good for shops. It just wasn't very good for my house. Now, you don't have to idle this thing up very high to make kindling. I can actually turn it down some. And he said he didn't need kindling, but I want to go up there anyway and see what he's actually doing. He said he was just going to cut some old 2x4s up, which works fine for kindling. It's pine is fine. And this was actually a piece of maple here that I'm splitting up for the kindling. I think some of this is pine. But the old man over here takes care of me, so I try to take care of him. I gave him that stove since he lets me use anything he has, and anything I have, I always let him use too. It's kind of a barter system. When I say take care of each other, like, we really live by that saying around here. This one's not as perfect, but whatever. It'll get a good fire started, hopefully. love the smell of fresh split pine. I'm going to keep the stuff down here running. That way it's getting warmed up before I get back down here. But I'm going to run this stuff back up to the shop and see what he's got going on. Well, this is the old stove that I had in my basement. It's got two squirrel cage fans on the back of it that you know, blow heat out the top. And I did have this hooked into my ductwork. He's just got this thing going right through his roof. And this will heat his big old shop. He's currently using a diesel heater, and that just gets expensive when he's got endless amounts of wood, since, you know, I split wood on his property. I think this will work out good for him. That pile's gone, and it's now into the big old pile over here. I would say this one is full, ladies and gentlemen. And this is all good bundle grade splits. And this is just over 5 cord, I think I figured out in another video. And that's gonna become a good bit of bundles. There's a couple campgrounds at the state parks that I might try and get in on. You got to bid on those jobs, and I really don't want to bid on anything if I don't have the supply. I don't want to have to be scrounging around looking for dry wood when I don't have it. But there's that there. That'll all become, you know, bundle wood, campground wood. I've got this little bit of pine over here. I think there's like a little bit over 2 cord here. Again, you know, it takes a lot of wood to make a full cord. I'd have to do some math. It might be over 2 cord in this one, because the front 2 rows here are completely stacked up, and that's just a scooch over a face cord. I think this is 9 foot long, 4 foot tall, so it's just a touch over the a face cord, or a third of a cord. But look at that, guys. That is a thing of beauty, as our friend says. I'm pretty excited that I was able to do one of these, and I guess I'm going to pull the pallets on this and blow this thing out since it's full of leaves underneath there now. Then I got to continue getting wire around this. I'm probably also going to pull these 3 posts out and put 1 more in there, because I put 5 down this side and I've only got 4 down this side. So we're going to try that, see if that helps out any better. That way, if I do have to do like Jeremiah does, he puts a ratchet strap across each one as he comes out of his stack. I don't know if he does each one. I know he does the front. That's where I got this idea from, was Jeremiah. I got all of this from Jeremiah, actually. So thank you, buddy. I appreciate your inspiration. If you guys aren't familiar with Outdoors in the 608, which you probably are, another great channel, another good fellow human in the Firewood community, does outstanding work. I don't know, he's got one of the coolest, like, most organized wood yards on YouTube, in my opinion. Everything's nice, neat, orderly, tidied. He got a round, like, I think it was an old corn silo, put that up and stacked wood in that. It looks really cool. It's always cool to see people, how creative they can become. Also, in the intro, I did end up getting 2 bundles of slab wood, and this is going to become boiler food, all of it. It's going to be a little bit of work getting this stuff cut. I've never dealt with this. I have a couple ideas in my head of building some sort of table with a roller system on it, and maybe mounting a chainsaw, maybe even an electric one, a cheap one, to some type of mount to where I can stack some of this stuff up on there and just pull it over and zip, zip, zip right into the conveyor, into my dump trailer. Because this stuff doesn't even have to be split. We're just gonna cut it 23 inches and let her rip, tater chip. And I say 23 inches because I can still put 2 rows on my pallets over there at the house. You know, that boiler, you could see that from the road. You could see my stacks from the road. I like to be organized as well. Maybe if you've got your boiler out, you know, behind your house in a field somewhere, you can just pile it up. That's pretty cool. I wish I had that scenario, because I would just put a big old bin like this next to a boiler if it was out in the field, and I would just eat out of that thing until that was empty and just have 2 of them right next to each other. But I don't have that, so. All right, I've been rambling. Again, guys, Merry Christmas. I think I'm putting this out Christmas Day. If not, I hope you had a great Christmas or a great holiday. I appreciate all the support. I can't tell you how happy I am that the exponential growth that has happened the past 2 months. It's just mind-blowing, the support that the community and the new followers and everybody has given me. I look forward to making more videos for you, making more bins and selling more wood and continuing to burn the boiler for the rest of the winter. And then we got some projects coming up in the spring. I got to transition a little bit into some log cabin maintenance. I've been neglecting a few things over there, and I may as well just show you guys and bring you along with some of the ideas that I'm going to come up with to clean my house and then stain my house. I got a deck I got to put on. There's more concrete that's going out back. There's a bathroom. There's all kinds of stuff. So hopefully I can keep a couple of you around to see what I'm going to come up with and how I'm going to do it. And if not, we're always going to still be splitting some firewood, so you could skip the home stuff and you can come back for the firewood stuff. Ain't going to hurt my feelings, because we're going to keep on rocking and rolling. Take care of each other, and I will see you on the next one.